Hello and hey, to mess around with Warframe, this time going over the brand new Gunblade, the Vastilok, which just dropped during TennoCon 2021. And it is a buggy mess, as you can tell from the UI. We have a ×4 on our Gladiator, a ×3 for combo count despite 304 combo. It's going to be an interesting sort of thing to figure out what is and what isn't working when it finally gets fixed. But to start off, I have 3 builds for you. The first one is a corrosive-centered heavy attack build. This is sort of a standard build, adding quickening in to try to get as many of the combos that we are losing from the heavy attacks back as we possibly can. This also gives us some attack speed, which is just kind of required on super slow firing builds like we're going to be doing. Focus energy is in there to, have some efficiency, and then we're going to just kind of plow through. This is what this should look like.
Life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you more time.
As you see, our combo meters jumping up. We do have a ×11 Gladiator now. So when we go ahead and fire off a heavy attack, we do get up to red crits. I shouldn't have got 2 there. That was extremely lucky. But if I keep firing heavy attacks, it will probably go down to a ×4. So we'll go ahead and kind of just leave that going for a second. But it's a totally busted combo. And to a second, more utility-based build, this is probably what this is going to serve as for most people. An armor remover, because shattering impact damage, we have 9 bullets coming out of each attack, so it's going to be something that is very efficient at taking out weaker enemies' armor, and I've modded it just for a bunch of attack speed. This is not a very good build. This was just because I figure if you're going to use it as a tool, you want to use all the shots as fast as you can, but we'll go ahead and give you some gameplay of that right now. It's hectic. So this is on Steel Path, so this obviously isn't quite a damage build, but it does get down into the no armor very, very quickly. It does take quite a bit. Like, for instance, a corrupted heavy gunner would need every shot of like 34 individual melee shots to actually fully strip it of armor, so it's not exactly the most useful thing in the entire world. But if you are going to face something that you know does have a heavy damage resist, you can pull this out in a pinch and sort of take care of its armor. It's more fun than anything else. It's probably used for Eidolon hunts, probably take over from the Sarpa. But other than that, that's kind of where it's at. And lastly, this is the build that I kind of hope takes off the most. It is a /viral build, which is what everybody thinks of, right? We can see the giant slash numbers that can come on this weapon. This is focused without the crits as far. I don't know how it's going to feel. And the main part is that I think that the combo counter is not amplifying heavy attacks, which we really, really want and need to get those huge slash procs, which will take down the enemies that our first build cannot. Like, if they just have too much armor, even stacking up corrosive doesn't let us do enough damage to them. So I'm hoping that it's something like that. But I'll go ahead and show you probably just a little bit more gameplay. And this build is just the weakest one right now because it can't benefit from the combo chance. Like, we only have it 3 times, and if that's affecting the heavy attack, then we're just not getting any sort of crits. And the regular attacks are just low status, or high status, kind of low damage on anything that's armored. So it is kind of a weird spot to be in. So if the combo counter being at ×3, ×3.5, ×4 is actually what's amplifying our heavy attacks, then this weapon is going to be like a really fun alternative to the other gunblades. But if it's not, if this is kind of everything does work sometimes, then I haven't quite seen the damage potential that I'd like to be able to recommend it over something that exists already, like a Stropha or a Redeemer as well. So it kind of stinks that might be the case, but this weapon is very, very cool, and I hope it gets figured out very, very soon because I want to use it. Anyway, that's just my quick look for now. Hopefully we have an update, and if anything changes, I'll probably just take the video down unless it's all like confirmed that those builds work, and I'll just leave it up like this. So thank you very much for watching. Thanks for listening. Be safe, guys.